So with me being me, you guys know I had to come up with a trade. We all know James Harden is, if you're any NBA fan, you know Shams tweeted, Andrew Woken just tweeted yesterday that the Nets are listening to offers for James Harden, and the 76ers were like the first team. They were talking about deals, and now the Nets are listening. So this whole ordeal has just happened overnight, or I guess it depends on where you live. It could have been in the middle of the day. But ultimately speaking, this trade, I had to come up with it, so I'll put it up on the screen. The trade is Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and 3 first-round picks for James Harden. You may be like, I'm just jumping right into it. I'm not wasting no time. We ain't got no time to waste, bro. Like, generally speaking, what do y'all think about this deal? Comment down below. Comment right now what you guys think about this. So, it will be Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, 3 first-round picks for James Harden. And the reason I came up with this deal was because of the fact that when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, if the 76ers get James Harden, right, what do the Nets want in return? Because, okay, when you think about it, right now, when it comes down to this deal, you think about the 76ers, you think about the Nets. The first thing you have to look at when you're talking about a trade is who is going to win. No matter what deal, what exact deal you make, you got to know the 2, big pieces in the deal. And out of the 2 big pieces within Ben Simmons and James Harden, who is going to win? Which team will get the better deal? And we know that the Philadelphia 76ers will get the better player, but this is the only case scenario in which I believe that both teams can benefit off of this. And the reason I say that is because the Nets don't need another player like James Harden in return. It's different if James Harden is getting traded from the Rockets. The Rockets trade James Harden, they have to go on a rebuild because they don't have another great player on their team of that caliber that can run the team. That's different though because the Nets have one. So when you think about trading James Harden, this is probably one of the only case scenarios that you can trade your superstar player and get players to fit around a different player after trading that player because you already have another player. A player that's better than another superstar. So I feel like it makes a lot more sense for the Nets to be doing this deal. So ultimately speaking, I believe the Nets will actually win this deal, even though history has taught us that, whoever's the best player in the deal will probably, end up being the best, dice roll. But ultimately speaking, I think the Nets can benefit off of this. And if you think about it, them getting Seth Curry and Ben Simmons makes a lot of sense. And I know every Philadelphia 76ers fan is like, we're not giving up Seth Curry, but I wanted to say this. What do you guys think is going to happen when James Harden gets to the team? You think Seth is still going to be starting? No. Seth is going to be in the bench unless they put Harden at the 1, but at that point, that'd be pointless because you have Tyrese Maxey. So ultimately speaking, you're either going to give up on Tyrese Maxey's potential or you're going to trade Seth Curry. And obviously, you're going to trade Seth Curry. You're not going to put Tyrese to the bench because Tyrese is doing big things right now, bro. And I feel like if they do bring him back to the bench, I mean, you could, but I feel like you shouldn't. At this point, he's playing good. He's dropping 30-point games against Trae Young and whatnot. So ultimately speaking, I think that they need to keep Tyrese Halliburton in that starting lineup, pull in James Harden, and go ahead and get rid of Seth Curry. But for the Nets, getting Seth Curry, that will be opening. And think about Ben Simmons on the Nets. You think about a lineup they can run. Ben Simmons at the 1, Kyrie Irving is that, playmaker 2. Everybody wants to talk about Kyrie playing the 1 and Ben Simmons coming in with mess it up. It wouldn't, because Kyrie was already playing the 2 when Harden was there anyway. People seem to forget that there was a stretch where Kyrie was playing the 2 and the Nets were winning enough games, and I feel like it fits Kyrie more to play the 2 anyway. He is a natural 2. He's a scorer. Dribbling doesn't have to be, just because you're a great dribbler doesn't mean like you're a great point guard. You look at Allen Iverson, he was, a great dribbler, a great playmaker, but he played the 2. He didn't have to play the 1, to be a great playmaker. You're not subjective to playing the 1. He can play the 2. You have Ben Simmons at the 1. You also got Kevin Durant. You bring Ben Simmons, and that's gonna up your defense. You can run a lineup almost of Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, put Seth Curry in there, put KD in there. It may be a smaller lineup, but it will work due to multiple circumstances. I was also thinking about possibly the Nets going after Andre Drummond, trying to get him on the team. I felt as though that it could make sense in a way of the Nets trying to pull Andre Drummond instead of Seth Curry, but I feel like they could use the shooting a little bit more than they could use the big because they run 5 out anyway, and I feel like Drummond would kind of mess up their offense in a way. But ultimately speaking, this deal, I feel like it made a lot of sense for both teams. You think about it, we'll go over one more time. It's Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and 3 first-round picks. That's one thing I didn't mention, that 3 first-round picks are very vital in this deal. But it's Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and 3 first-round picks for James Harden. I was gonna do Ben Simmons and Seth Curry for James Harden, but I was like, it's James Harden we're talking about. They're not gonna just not give anything up. But if you look at Harden's stats for the season, he's averaging 22.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, 10.2 assists, 41% from the field and 33% from three. So I was wondering if his value may go down based off of the circumstances of this season, but I do not think it will, because we all know how great of a player James Harden is, and the Philadelphia 76ers know that. So if you want to get your hands on James Harden, you're going to have to pay the price that every other team will pay. You're not going to get off because Harden is having a so-called bad season. That's like because Steph Curry is shooting at 42% from the field this season. Oh yeah, I'll give you Tyrese Maxey and, LeBron James. I mean, I'm so dumb. Tyrese Maxey and Ben Simmons for Steph Curry. Like, just because Steph is having an off season, and he's really not. Like, Harden's really not having an off season. Steph's really not having an off season. They just, had a bad start and they're trying to get back on pay. So it's like, I think that the deal makes sense, and I feel like you're gonna have to give that up. And Seth Curry's averaging 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists per game this season. He'd be a very vital piece to the Brooklyn Nets. And like I say, once again, Steph Curry's been so good on the Philadelphia 76ers, and if they want to keep him, they can keep him. But at the same time, if you're going to take James Harden to the team and you want to keep Seth Curry, where does that put Tyrese Maxey? And if you want to, keep Tyrese Maxey in that starting lineup with James Harden, where does that put Seth Curry? It'd be useless to just not go ahead and trade him. But let's just get this video off, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Consider subscribe. It's completely free. You can always change your mind later. I'm going to start live streaming on the channel. I do not know when. Hopefully, I was thinking about tomorrow, bro. I'm going to start live streaming. I guess you don't know until you try. I'm trying to learn everything I know about live streaming before I actually do it. I think I want to do an NBA Q&A, so y'all boys pop into the live stream. If I do tomorrow, I will let y'all know. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitter. Link in the description, because y'all will know when I go live. And again, it's going to be for me, man. I'll see y'all. Peace out.